Hey everyone, I am back again with more reading. Uh, Looking back at my last video, I did not realize how horrible my AC sounds. I mean, normally I don't mind the noise at all, but that was a terrible noise, and I wish I could probably take that out or find some other way to redo it. But that whole video was just um, pure reaction, and I'm not really sure there's really any way I could redo that. But today is a new day and a new chapter, and in this chapter, in the Slight Edge, man, I'm gonna have some terrible brain farts, aren't I? But in this chapter, he goes over what he calls the secret of happiness, and he talks about apparently in this new decade, century, beginning in the 2000s, they started looking into positive psychology versus the negative psychology. Whereas before they were always focused on all the problems that we had, all the disorders and everything like that. And in 2000, someone got the bright idea, well, what if we think about the other stuff? And what they realized is that if they think more about what's good and create good habits that, well, not good habits, if they just help people do the habits that make them happy, then that helps prevent and fight the other conditions of the negative psychology, the psychological disorders that we normally have, like depression and everything like that. And so it's just being happy and doing what makes people really happy to do that. And it really took off in 2005, and I'm just sitting here reading, I'm like, yeah, I was in high school in 2005, and I didn't hear a dang thing about this. Apparently, Harvard did a class in 2005, and it started in college, but the first time I've ever really heard of it. And he says, the real trick, and what's really funny is that everybody doesn't like the idea of self-improvement and doing better. And I guess that's true. I mean, I like the idea of self-improvement, but he says 90% of the people don't, because it just sounds like more work. And we don't want more work. We just want to have better lives. We want to have happier lives. But if you tell people, hey, you can do this and you can be happier, that's something that people get around. He says, like, instead of attracting like 10% of the people that he normally goes to, he can attract 50%. Like, hey, do these happy habits to be more happy. And so he has 5 different happy habits. If I can come over here and grab this. Oh, look. Yeah, I was just watching Markiplier. That's one happy habit, right? No. Well, it's a good happy habit to that. We're a real funny guy. But that's not part of the happy habits he has here. And he's saying... And so it's doing these different things. He only gave out 5 in this chapter, but apparently there are more later on. And I'm sorry, that was very terrible video stuff, but I'm not good at editing right now. Most of my stuff is just going to be cut and straight out. So you're going to have to bear with that for my first few videos until I figure out how to cut and edit and do all that wonderful stuff so that I can essentially be a little better at this. So the first habit is each morning you can write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Just take a quick few seconds and write down 3 things that you're grateful for. And that's one of these habits. Second is to journal 2 minutes a day, just 2 minutes on a positive experience within the past 24 hours. And it has to be within the past 24 hours. Oh, I'm back to the positive, grateful for things. It has to be different every single day. The idea is that by doing this, your mind starts to think of new things that it's grateful for. Think on the positive and what's good. The third is to meditate daily. And normally when I think of meditation, I'm like, oh, I've got to be here for a half hour. No, it's 2 minutes. 2 minutes every day. And the fourth one is a random act of kindness. And he says it's actually pretty simple, and that the professional that he talked to says, now don't think of like doing some crazy good act. Just find a friend and email them, message them in the morning, tell them something that you're grateful for, or something great about them, something you think about them, or why you think highly of them, something simple like that. So that's nice. And then the fifth one is to exercise for 15 minutes a day. Just a brisk walk or something, 15 minutes a day. Now what's great is we don't have to do this all at once. The idea is to just build a habit one at a time. 3 weeks of just one habit, and then you're good to go. So which habit am I deciding to use? That's kind of interesting because, one, I would like the idea of helping my wife kind of maybe meditate at night so that she can help wind down, go to sleep easier. But I do like the idea. Maybe I think I'll take the one of, I don't know, maybe I'll do two. Because I do want to do that one. I do want to meditate and kind of wind down. Because I feel like meditating at night to wind down is not only makes you happier, but it's also really good to help you sleep. And that's one thing that I really want to do. So that's probably the one that I'm going to go with. I do also like the one of doing a grateful one in the morning, but that's what, that's what I'll do. Because I already did the grateful one in the morning this morning when I read, but I think I'm going to go with the one for meditating daily, just so that it'll also help me wind down at night. Put all distractions away in just 2 minutes. That's what I'll do. So yeah. So yesterday was, not yesterday, but the day before was about Deus Ex Machina. Today is about just happy habits. And that if you are happy, then you are successful. He says a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm going to be all great and wonderful, and then I'll be happy. I'm going to get this, then I'll be happy. I'm going to have my boat, then I'll be happy. I'm going to have a car, and then no. Be happy first. That's all we need to worry about. So just pick one of those 5 habits and be happy first. Then you'll be able to figure out what you really want to do in life, and you'll get it. Be happy first, and then find success. Alright, so thank you everyone, and you have a great night.